All right, what I want to do is go through the steps for adding and subtracting rational expressions. I'm going to show you guys how you maybe have been taught. I'll show you how I explain it so that you can see the differences. The methodology isn't all that different. It's just kind of I try to be a little more efficient. Okay, but when you're adding and subtracting rational expressions, is it possible to combine these that are on the screen right now? Can you combine those? Yeah, and the reason is they're what? They have the same denominator. So the first thing that you have to do anytime you're adding or subtracting, which I'll just use the word combine to refer to both, is you have to find the LCD. And that refers to least common denominator. Okay, once you find the least common denominator, as in this case, they're already given to you, you're then going to write it as a single fraction. Okay, so when we look at this expression right here, we can combine these into one fraction, and that fraction has to have the LCD as its denominator. So the x plus 3 is the denominator. And when you write this as a single fraction, you're just going to copy the numerators down. So x squared plus 5x plus 1. This this subtraction sign has to be distributed through. So minus a 4x minus a negative becomes a plus 5. And then the last set of terms, 7x plus 9. So your final step for these here would be to combine the terms in your numerator. So when you combine your terms, we only have one second degree term. We have 3 first degree terms. When we combine them, 5x minus 4x is plus 1x plus 7x. Gives you a plus 8x total. And then we have our constants, plus 1, plus 5, and plus 9. That gives us a net sum of all divided by our denominator, which does not change throughout the whole process. Once you find your LCD, it's the same throughout. Okay, and then your final step here is to simplify the resulting rational expression. And you'll do this by following all the steps that we did for 4.1, which we also wound up doing for multiplying and dividing. So this should be no different than what you've been doing. Okay, factor your fraction completely. So the two factors of our numerator, the two factors of 15 whose sum is plus 8 is plus 3 and plus 5. Continue to perform this step of simplifying, which involves canceling common factors. And then the final step is just to write your answer and identify any domain restrictions that are not apparent in that simplified form. So x cannot be a negative 3. That's your last part of this problem. Okay. Are there any questions on that process? Again, this is as easy as it gets. The denominator is given to you. Every term has the same. You're just combining the resulting terms in the numerators.